first off, I wanted to say welcome to everybody that's here for the webinar. Thanks for joining us. We're really excited about a new Zimbabwe conservation safari that we're offering for 2019. And today we're just going to kind of tell you a little bit about that and hopefully get you excited for it. My name is Chris Moriarty. I'm the Africa Program Director here at Wildland. And joining me is
Hayley Plaskitt from Wildland Safari Lodges all the way from Zimbabwe. Really nice to be here in Seattle today to share this.
Fantastic. So, like I said, we're going to talk about this new Water for Hwange safari that's being offered June 10th. June 10th through the 20th, 2019, next year. Let's talk a little bit about where this is going, because not everybody knows exactly where Zimbabwe is. So obviously, we're in Africa, particularly in sub-Saharan southern Africa. So there's Zimbabwe right there. And this safari is going to be focused in the Victoria Falls and Hwange National Park area, which is in the western part of Zimbabwe. Victoria Falls is just off the top of your screen there. Yeah, so Hayley, why don't you tell us a little bit about what's in Hwange?
Yeah, well, the vast majority of the itinerary is going to take place in Hwange. It's the third largest park in Africa, and just has an incredible diversity of wildlife, but also great concentration. So we have to start off by talking about 45,000 elephant that is in Hwange, and June's a great time to come to experience that. And a lot of different wildlife as well. So we have great concentrations of the cats. Down in the southern part where you're going to be spending some time, there's very good concentrations of cheetah. And then when you get up to the northern part of the itinerary, also some good opportunities to hopefully spot the elusive leopard, as well as a variety of different wildlife. So huge herds of buffalo, beautiful giraffe, hippos, etc. So there's going to be a lot of great wildlife on offer in this itinerary, along with beautiful birding as well.
And don't forget the mongoose. The mongooses. I never know which one it is. So our itinerary, it's going to be a 10-day itinerary. It's going to start off, as we said, in Victoria Falls. Your first night will be spent at Gorge's Lodge, which is perched on the edge of the Patoka Gorge, just downstream from Victoria Falls. It's a particularly stunning location. They have a resident pair of black eagles that visits just off the deck, so you can see these eagles soaring over the gorge. It's quite incredible.
Some say the best views in Southern Africa, so I think it's going to be a great start to the trip.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. And then the following morning, you head out to Victoria Falls to do a tour of the falls. And in June, it is pumping. I mean, it's particularly...
yeah, it's going to be as well as.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. And then from there, the real adventure begins as you head south toward Hwange.
And one of the most unique and beautiful ways to travel down to the southern part of the park, and that's on our Elephant Express rail car. So the rail car runs right on the edge of the national park. So also a fantastic opportunity to gain view along the way. So it's more of an activity than a transport taking you down to Camelthorne. So that's going to be a great one. And then you've got 2 nights down in Camelthorne in the southeastern part of the park, which is on the beautiful Ngamo Plain. And it's going to be a lot of tracking wildlife on foot, some beautiful game drives, and of course getting involved in our immersive community programs. So it's going to be a good 2 days down on that side of the park. As we're talking about with the community programs, this is a very big part of this itinerary and something that does make it quite unique. So you will get to meet the village that we look after, right? Like come and go and have a school visit and meet the headman. So I think it's going to be a great day to really understand the dynamics and the support that we offer to the communities that are on the front line of the pathway. Camelthorne is built on community land, and it's a great partnership that we have down there.
And then from Camelthorne, you're going to head out towards the more remote areas of Hwange, down towards the south. Along the way, stopping to do a pump run, which is visiting some of the pump attendants. The pumps are kind of it's the lifeblood of Hwange. These pumps supply water to wildlife in the dry season. And we'll talk a little bit later about a project that this safari is supporting, as well as our company. We're doing a fundraising campaign to solarize these pumps, convert them from aging diesel infrastructure to solar diesel hybrids so that they're able to pump more efficiently and effectively in the dry season to support wildlife. And you'll get a chance to check out what that project is doing along the way. You'll also have a chance to stop by the Cobra's anti-poaching unit. They work doing a desnaring program within Hwange. Hopefully you'll also have a chance to go out on patrol with them and actually take down some of the snares that are set occasionally within Hwange. So it's a really powerful program. One of the highlights of being out in this remote area is getting a chance to spend a night at fly camp. So really simple return to nature type of camp. Dinner is going to be cooked over a wood fire, and then you'll spend the night under the stars, under your mosquito net as well, out in the wild, surrounded by the wild part of Africa. So a unique experience for sure. Get out there.
It's going to be an incredible night. Partway through the itinerary, just being able to see some of those stars. And then you're going to reach this beautiful remote camp down in the southwest of the park, which is Benini. Fantastic story behind it. We secured a concession there in 2015, and it all came about because there was a very bad poaching incident down in that area. And so the way that we could help is to actually open a small rustic camp down there, very exclusive, very wild, but very beautiful. And by doing that, we've been able to regenerate the ranger station down there. We get the anti-poaching unit guides all the way down there now. And we've really just started to see this whole part of the park rehabilitating. And anyone that joins us on this itinerary is going to get to spend 2 fantastic nights down here. And there's some excellent experiential activities too. So you'll be able to see there, you'll do mountain biking, the terrain is perfect for it down there, and get to spend some time in our 20-foot shipping underground blind that has a flash lure, and you get these real close-up but before toenail photography moments with the eddies and all the other wildlife that's down there to see. So a remote and incredible experience, and getting to sleep under the stars. I mean, not only dining under the stars, but all the beds on rollers, and you get to experience that under the Milky Way. Great to know. Yeah,
there's nothing like it. It's hands down my favorite camp in the park. And then it's back to a touch of civilization as you head north to Nahimba, which is just a stunning camp up in northern Hwange. The wildlife around this camp is exceptional. So really high quality game drives. You get the opportunity to do night drives and check out some of the lesser seen critters like porcupines, civets, and genets. Really, really fascinating stuff. Of course, dinner is under the stars, and after dinner, you get a show. So in the follow-up email from this webinar, we're going to send you a link to this video, which shows some Zimbabwe bush TV, as we like to call it, where the elephants come out and visit the waterfall. It's just on the edge of camp. It's incredible. And so this is, you can see in this screenshot how close the elephants actually are to you. It's unreal. I like to call it the greatest elephant show on the planet. So, within camp, you can have 200 elephants around you over dinner. So that's going to be a definite highlight of this itinerary. Definitely check out the video and the follow-up email. And then on to the final stop on the safari, which is right up in the Zambezi National Park at Zambezi Sands on the river. Fantastic way to finish off this itinerary, and still with some great experiential activities to enjoy. So we're going to get you out in canoes and game viewing along the river, which will be fantastic, as well as also going on a few walks with our guides and doing some snare patrols. So it carries on in terms of the community work that you'll be able to do down there. Also beautiful game drives, walks, and there'll be a few outdoor dining experiences to enjoy along the way. And then that's it. That wraps up the trip. And if you can't tell already, we're really excited about this. This trip is unique. But just to kind of put a finer point on it, Hayley, can you speak a little bit more about what really makes this so unique? Yeah, this trip is so unique. Velo is all about connecting people with nature, but it's also about helping our communities that we partner with on the front line. And Gorges and Campbell, 2 of the properties that are included in this itinerary, is built on community land. And so this project really immerses getting our guests out and experiencing that and helping in this community upliftment program. So it contributes to the ecotourism projects undertaken in all of our local villages.
and you'll be certainly be able to share in that. And I think that's going to be something really special for them to take away from this trip.
And I think that's what excites me about this trip. It's an opportunity to support wildlife through conservation programs. Everybody that goes on this trip has a built-in donation to our Water for Hwange project, which is helping to, as mentioned before, install those solar diesel hybrid pumps and also fill boreholes in neighboring communities that are adjacent to the park. We're going to be supporting the wildlife, supporting the community. It's one of those rare circumstances where you have a real win-win for everyone involved. And it's a chance for guests to really learn much more about this part of the world. Wildland Adventures is committed to the ethos of ecotourism and making sure that we are not just visiting a place and leaving, but deeply engaged with the communities, the regions, and the places that we visit to make sure that our presence helps and assists and isn't just there as a visitor and then leaving. And I think that this safari embodies that ethos, and we really make sure that when our guests travel here, that they're making a positive contribution to everything involved, wildlife, community, all of it.
It's a very impactful safari.
Definitely. So that fundraising campaign, if you're not able to go on the safari, we totally understand. You can still contribute to our project, which is the Water for Hwange project. We will also send a link to this so you can learn more about it in the follow-up email. Essentially, we're raising $24,000 to install these solar diesel hybrid pumps, as well as fill those boreholes in neighboring communities. You can learn all about it. Please contribute. This is going through our company's 501c3 nonprofit. It's tax deductible. And with your contribution, you can get some pretty cool gifts. And you can find out more about that on the GoFundMe page.
It really is making a difference. Just before we stop there, the four areas that we're trying to solar hybridize, 2 of them are in the park and 2 of them are in the community. And just the communities in itself, being able to get safe potable water to them consistently. We're going to be looking after about 1,000 people. So, when you talk about making an impact, this is a safari you don't want to miss, and it's going to be a real special one.
Definitely. And then the last piece of this is who's leading this trip. So I'll be on the trip along with a travel journalist, Mark Sissons, who's partnered with us. Mm-hmm. And then in country, our guide is going to be Mark Butcher. And I'll let Hayley tell us a little bit more about Mark.
Well, Mark Butcher is the founder of Invelo, and he is definitely the elephant man. He loves Hwange National Park. He's one of the most esteemed guides in Zimbabwe, and there's no one better in terms of, from an educational standpoint, a fantastic sense of humor that knows that area as well as he does, and he's going to just, he's going to take you on a great experience with us. So he's very excited, and he's actually got a little message for you, so that will also be sent out and a link after this. So take a few minutes and listen to what he has to say in this incredible environment that he's filmed it in.
Yeah, you can see he's got some photo crashers behind him there. And the video is pretty impressive. But he'll tell you a little bit more about what we're going to be doing there, and you'll see that his enthusiasm is absolutely contagious. And we're also pretty excited. And that about wraps it up for us in this safari. You can learn more at our website, wildland.com. These are the dates of the trip. Please feel free to reach out to me at any of these links below. Call or email. That's really easy to do. If you have any questions right now, please go ahead and kind of enter those in on the side of your screen. And you can answer them. So we'll see if anything comes through.
And thank you so much for taking the time to listen to us. I know we see a couple of people have signed up from all over the world. So thank you for that.
And I should say that there are limited spaces remaining on this safari, so we definitely want to get those last few filled. I have no doubt that it'll fill, and hopefully it'll be one of you. So we have a couple of questions coming in. First one is a good one. What will the weather be like at that time? Do I feel that one?
Yeah, absolutely. June's a fantastic time to come. So it's at the end of the green season and the beginning of the dry season. So it's one of my favorite times of year because, as we mentioned, the falls is at its fullest. So you're going to be able to experience that. And the park is beautiful because the wildlife's in really excellent condition, but it's starting to dry up, so you're going to start to see the concentrations of the wildlife coming down to the waterfalls. So I think it's an excellent time to come, and it's also it's mild in terms of weather, so not too hot, not too cold. So it's a great time to come.
Looks like we have another question from Jennifer. If we wanted to visit South Africa, should we go before or after? Do you assist with any of that? So that's a great question. You can do South Africa very easily before or after this trip. And there's plenty of other countries in the region as well that you could visit. All that fits in very, very easily. It depends on what's most convenient for you, how space is looking, but right now there's plenty of space. Just reach out and we can talk about some ideas. But that's very easy to extend. You can even extend your time in Zimbabwe as well. So there's certainly plenty to do in this region. It also looks like we have another question here. This one from Hannah asking, what camp is your favorite? For me, my favorite is Josie Benini, just because it's in a super remote part of the park. You feel like you are really, really out there, and it's just something you don't get a lot of in other places. What about you?
Has to be Zambezi Sands. I love being on the water. So for me, that's going to be a great finale to this trip. Although I shouldn't really have to say that. They're all beautiful. But we'll go with Zam Sands on that one. Yeah. How much room is left for people on this trip? That's also being asked.
Yeah, so currently there's 4 spots remaining. So it's going to be a small group. The group is capped at a maximum of 10 guests. So we've got 6 folks signed up already. The trip is guaranteed to run at this point. We look forward to filling those last 4 spots. Hopefully it's one of you that are out there right now.
I like this question from Hannah. How many opportunities will we have to see elephants on this trip? 9 of your 10 nights. So it's a good statistic.
Yeah. In the high season, when it really dries out in Hwange, which is a little bit later in the year, you can see between 500 and maybe even 700 elephants a day. In June, you're still going to see tons and tons and tons of elephants. No pun intended.
And on the Saturday, it's only a gorgeous lodge the first night. There isn't a big game, but then the rest of the trip, you'll have the opportunity to potentially see a lot of elephants.
So it looks like that about covers it for questions. We're going to end this here. If you do have any more questions, please feel free to email me. We'll be sending out a follow-up email that'll have a link to this webinar. So you're welcome to share that email far and wide if you know of anybody that might be interested. Definitely share this with them. And look forward to hearing from you. And thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for your time. Ciao.